Welcome to Halfway to Thundertown. My name's Was that too loud? Welcome to Halfway to Thundertown. My name's Chad. I'm joined by Cayman and Annie and Jay.
Yo, 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 yo.
It's crazy how every time it's the same,
It's not. You're just not here from when
Oh,
it's
that's
different.
true. That's true, yeah.
I got to be you on a couple episodes ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, hey, my name's Chad, but it's not really Chad, it's Cayman. And they'll halfway there.
You let my real name out there.
Huh?
Nothing.
What? No, he didn't. Did he?
No, I
It's
said
Cayman.
Anyway, it's hotter than fuck, right?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's summertime.
Yeah.
We are in summertime.
Uh-huh.
So, what was some of your favorite things as a kid during summertime, or what did you look forward to during summer when you were a kid?
I know one of them, Cayman and I both,
Yes.
is the ice cream truck.
Ice
You're
cream
like
truck.
okay.
Love the ice cream truck. Still, to this day, love it. We had the ice cream truck show up at work. I sprinted out there. Got a Choco Taco and a Spider-Man pop.
Nice.
Aw.
I remember when I was a
want
young
those.
kid, like 4 or 5, my parents were assholes, and they would be like, hey, Luke, I think we hear... And then I'd be like, why are you talking to my brother? My name's Chad. And they go, Chad, the ice cream truck's outside. And so I'd run out there, and I'd sit on the curb at like 5 o'clock in the heat,
And you just
and I'd like come back in
wait.
like 10 minutes later and be like, oh, let's see the ice cream truck. And they're like, no, Chad, he's coming right now, I think. So go out there and sit on... And that's just how they'd like fucking
dicks.
babysit me. And I'd just sit there like an asshole staring at the pavement like, I want to get ice
Got
cream
like
soon.
$2
Yeah.
just in your fist.
Yep. And I'd also do the thing where the second you hear the ice cream truck, go, Mom, give me $1. I need $1.25.
Me digging in the change jar in my parents' room.
Yep.
Accidentally swallowed a quarter or two. I think the biggest thing I looked forward to was is the pool. 'Cause
Yeah.
we used to go
The
to the
swimming
pool at the junior high,
Yeah.
and it's a blast. And this is when I was super fat, and I'd be like, the thing about the pool that was nice when you're a young boy in the puberty stage is there's a lot of boobs
Yeah.
at the pool.
Especially if like you're kind of still pretty young. You just figured out that you like boobs.
Yeah.
And your mom's like, come into the dressing room with me real quick. We're just changing. And you're like, I'm in here with a bunch of women who are naked.
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
When you're like 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
And then like you're like, oh man, and then you realize what. Long story short, I'm not gonna get too into it. You have to stay in the pool, and you have to have your front pressed against the wall a lot.
Okay.
It's true.
Well, I
but
remember the
Oh.
yes. I
I was gonna say I do love the pool. It was.
I loved
that
the
was
pool
fun.
too. And I went to the public swimming pool, and we went to the orchards and the old one downtown. That was like our thing. We would stay there all day. We'd go to the night swim. Yeah.
It's just fun.
So mine, because I think Jay's busy.
Yeah, he'll wake up here. in a minute.
My next door neighbors, once we got to old enough to the point, because my parents worked at a job where they were gone all day, like during 8 to 5, if not earlier. They was at home by 5. And once we got old enough, we wouldn't have to be with the grandparents. We could be at the house. So
Oh, right.
us and our neighbors were the same age. And what I always remember is we would wake up, go to the neighbor's house. They had this deep basement in the like way in the ground, not like halfway in the ground like ours is,
Yeah.
but it was way in the ground.
Is this gonna be a J story?
No.
Okay.
So it was always cold, and it was like they had tile floor down there, so it stayed even cooler.
Oh, yeah.
And they had this big old ass couch on there. We would sit there, play Nintendo, watch movies, and be freezing. So we'd wrap up in blankets. We
that
watched
sounds
like,
nice.
we watched like Saved by the Bell constantly. Then we go ride our bikes. Then we come back in, or then we go swim, and then we come back in. We played Bomberman because we had the 4 plug-in thing. So we'd all sit on that couch playing Bomberman. Like those are like my best memories. So to this day, when it gets hot out, I love the thought of being in a basement, freezing cold, air conditioning, freezing cold,
Yeah.
wrapped up in a blanket, watching a movie.
That artificial cold is colder too. It feels
Yeah,
like.
I
Well, and-
like it though. It's weird.
You know you're feeling really good when it's hot as shit outside, but you're in a place so cold you have to bundle up.
Yeah.
That's like another level cold.
Well, and then you go outside and it's like super hot, but you're like,
Yeah.
you just kind of thaw and you're like, yeah.
Did you guys ever have like the sleepovers where you stay at a friend's house and their house was always freezing? you're like, okay, it's time to go to bed, and your friend had a fucking blanket.
Yeah,
and they
you-
never
You
brought
did
you
it?
fucking
No,
They'd
I
blanket.
never
throw you
had
like a
that
tiny
problem.
little couch pillow and be like, figure it out.
Yeah, you're just like, I am so cold.
You'd like have a shirt
And
or a
you're just-
jacket to cover yourself
yeah, you're
with.
burying yourself in the couch to keep warm.
Yeah.
No, there was always the pull-out beds and couches
Oh,
and
you had
basements.
nice. You went
Yeah,
to
you had
nice
nice
places.
friends.
Yeah, we had
Oh.
nice friends.
My rich friend always fucking fucked me with that shit.
I bet you did.
Hey,
I
dude.
bet he fucked you with that.
Yeah, that's a little too personal.
I'm just saying, I got the shit end of the
My
stick.
favorite part about summer wasn't necessarily being a kid, but being like junior, like specifically junior high, where you're like, I can go do hood rat shit with my friends at 9 o'clock. This is dope. And then
Yeah.
you're out till like 11 or midnight.
Yeah.
And you're just doing junior high stuff. You don't have any money or anything, and you're just wandering around,
Walking.
kicking stuff.
Because all your
all over
money
it.
goes to gas money because you just drive around and
Well, even before you had a
around.
car.
Oh, okay.
Like when you're a young kid and you're like out there for the first time, just wandering the streets, doing dumb
That's
shit.
true.
A lot of fun.
Jay?
Hi. So my favorite thing when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, it was like 1534 or something like that. So yeah, I really like to go out into the woods on these long walks and follow along the main trails and just kind of wait for a.
What do you mean by follow? Like you're on the trail?
Well, like there's the main trails that people would travel
Yeah.
from town to town, and you would be off in the woods
Oh.
a little bit off the trail. You just kind of watch people for a while.
You're
and
like checking for litter.
pick up stragglers that fall behind and stuff, and just like watch the rest of the group panic when they can't find the person, you know.
Are you an NPC from Drunken Arcanauts?
No,
Oh, maybe you are. And you don't.
but
know.
if I was, I'd be the best NPC.
Okay.
So you had a different childhood from us.
Very.
Yeah, it was in the 15 fucking hundreds. Of course, it was different.
Was there ice cream trucks back then?
Yeah.
Did they neigh?
No,
We've
No.
never
there was cars.
we've never brought this up. I always thought, like, especially shit like Twilight, we've got somebody who's like 400 years old
Yeah.
hanging out with anyone who's under 100, and it's just really weird, right? That you're hanging out with us, like late 20s, early 30s.
No, I'm in
and,
my
like,
20s.
how does that work?
I'm a time traveler.
Okay, you're not immortal. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know how many
My bad.
times I've told you this.
me neither.
So there were
Sweet.
Okay. No, I guess
No, what else do you have?
no. That's it. There
Oh,
were
you
ice
got a
cream
hole
trucks.
right there.
I know.
Oh, I got one more.
What you poking at my gut for?
I do have another one.
Because there was a hole. I'm like, yeah.
Do you remember just like meeting up with your friends and doing large scale like airsoft wars and like shit like that? You know?
Yeah,
That
like
Claude
the
was-
super
Wars.
soakers.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
water gun
and
fights.
dirt clod. Man, we clocked my friend, my neighbor, in the head like several times with dirt clods, but it had rocks in it. We're like,
Ooh,
sorry.
ooh.
I think I told the story on the podcast before, but one time, buddy, his name was Josh. We hid in these bushes, and there's a decorative orange tree that hung over these bushes, and we'd throw the oranges at cars as they passed by in these bushes. And some guy got out and started screaming at us, and we just kept throwing oranges at him and ran. That shit was fun.
I did bad stuff a couple times. Well, for one summer where we would get our BB guns and
One
we'd go.
summer you're a bad boy.
Yeah, this is the peak of my bad boyness. But
The
we're
day
like,
his mustache came in.
we were like 12, and on
One
that
hair.
that addition on the house, you know, on Chestnut,
Yo, uh-huh.
He
where
had
it's a
the-
really low profile roof.
He had the 98 Degrees album on.
Oh, no. I actually got Backstreet Boys for my first, like I got like 4 CDs once for Christmas, and that was the first, like when I was like 10. One of them was Backstreet Boys. One of them was NSYNC.
Right.
Anyway,
Wow.
You had to have it that way.
gross. Yeah. Anyway, on that low profile roof,
I got it.
we'd lay up there with our BB guns, and we would wait for people running or on a bike, and we wouldn't shoot them because in our minds we're like, no, it's fine if we just shoot near them and just spook them. We're not gonna hit them. We're really good aims because we're 12 years old.
Did you hit people?
Hit a bike tire, and I don't know if it was the bike tire making the noise of the, but I really hope it wasn't somebody's leg.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they were fine.
Did you get in trouble? Did you get
Nope.
caught? No.
Not at all.
Because you were
Zero.
hidden.
You were a domestic terrorist as a child.
I lived in the kind of poorer part of town, had poor friends, and I was kind of pretty poor, and so we just did really bad, dumb
That
shit.
poor part of town.
I mean, back then, all the kids I was hanging out with were trailers, and which is fine. We weren't.
Oh, that
anyway,
makes sense.
yeah, we just did dumb ass shit irresponsibly.
I just
Jay.
played in the canyon, Brighton Canyon, with all
Oh,
the
that'd be
cougars and
cool.
shit.
That'd be cool.
I love hanging out with old ladies.
We know.
No, it was cool. Having that canyon there was awesome.
How many coin purses did you collect?
Is that? Are you asking about real coin purses or?
I don't
vagina
know.
1500s.
coin purses?
That's not something I really like kept track of.
Oh, it's like you don't have a you didn't have a chalkboard with some tallies.
No, not for coin purses.
Did you have to like teach yourself all the skills of like kidnapping, murder, dismemberment, hiding the body, or did you?
Yeah,
Have, like,
no, I did.
That was
teach
trial by
myself.
error.
Yeah,
Trial and error.
yeah. There was a lot of error. Why do you think I'm a time traveler? I had to leave certain centuries. You know.
Huh. Yeah.
Are you Carl Tanzler?
No, I'm Jay.
He might be Carl Tanzler.
Like, do you,
Maybe.
yeah. There's no laws for time traveling, so it's like we don't even have to report him. Not that we would, because
I
you'd
thought-
kill us.
I
but-
thought that's what ICE was for. Is
I feel like
No,
most of
that's
those
a
things
different-
are well past the statute of limitations.
Depends on what you did, probably.
Well, like in different countries and stuff. So,
well, if it's in Florida,
Anything large scale, like
Like-
helping topple a kingdom or something.
I mean, I have, but that's not really my thing. It's more accident, you know. Like you get involved with some people, and you're like, "Fuck, well, I guess I'll overthrow democracy."
Like you're eating a sandwich out in an alley somewhere, and you see some dumb guy named Franz pull up, and you just blast him away and accidentally
Yeah.
start World War. Okay.
No, I helped start the French Revolution, but it was an accident.
my mom said I was an accident.
Yeah.
Let's
Still
take a break.
Like I said, growing up in Idaho, summers meant to me going to the swimming pool, beaches, boating, and camping.
Oh.
Camping was our main summer family vacation. We didn't go all out and all that crazy shit. We went camping. That was our
ours
deal.
too.
Yeah.
It's just like it's summer's here. We're gonna take a week off and go camping.
Yeah.
Ours is just digging in the dirt in the yard. We didn't really go anywhere.
That's how you get an infected hand.
I
Oh.
don't know.
I'm sorry.
So, because of that, when I grew up, summer camp was definitely a thing, but it was never something we went to because we were always camping with our families or our friends' families. So, did you guys ever experience the summer camps?
I went to Boy Scout camp.
Boy Scout camp? How long did it last?
Week.
Week?
I
Okay.
cried the whole time.
Oh.
It was just
Did you guys
awful.
have bunks or were you in tents?
We were in bunks and
You were in cabins?
yeah, cabins, little bunks, and it was all of my worst fears combined into one.
How old were you?
I was 8 or 9. But
That's a rough age to have to.
yeah, and it was just like I didn't know anyone there, and it was super awkward. And the people I did know there were super religious, and like
Mormon boot camp or boot camp.
it's
Boy
pretty
Scout
much
camp?
Mormon boot camp.
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah,
I'd say the last thing I'd want to spend my summer doing is hanging out with a bunch of religious perverts.
Well, I don't know.
there were some fun parts, but then like we got to the horse riding part, and I had to
Yeah,
ride
go-
on a horse,
Oh.
and you know how I feel about horses.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
I hate 'em.
Really,
Does your hatred of horses stem from
No, I hated them
From
before
their
that.
big dicks?
No,
came and did a horse rape you as a child?
No.
At this Mormon camp.
you're just scared of big old animals like
yeah.
that.
Well,
where
no,
it's
it's
just-
not
with their
all big animals.
big old
Well, okay.
dongs.
I'm just saying. Think back to every horse story you've heard.
Okay.
Does any of them end pleasantly?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we didn't go to summer camp. I'm gonna wrap into that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I went to a private religious school, and so all the other public schools, they would always go to like some spring summer camp, Camp Wooten, where we camped nearby. Anyway, so we never did that. But my
You
my
went to
family,
Vacation Bible school.
no, thank fuck. But my parents' family have this elk ranch over by Yellowstone in like far ass eastern Idaho. And so we would go there like not every summer, but when we went, it would be for like a week or two. And we would ride horses, and it was always fun. And we would get to shoot guns and 4-wheelers, and there was this big pond.
The
and,
full Idaho experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just go explore in the weeds and the woods, and it was always just awesome. See all the cousins we never saw. So that was always like the highlight trip, and other than that, we didn't do anything.
Did one of your cousins get kicked in the face by a horse and die?
No, but I convinced one of my cousins to smack a giant, or not bee or wasp, was
Hornet's
hornet's
nest?
nest that was up in like one of these old abandoned barns.
Attached to a horse.
Went poorly. Yeah, there was.
How many
yeah.
times did they get stung?
We ran. I think they like threw the stick and then we ran. And then all the adults were like, "What
We
the
didn't
fuck?"
want a
And we
my
were
girl
like,
situation on our hands.
I don't know what that
So
is.
it wasn't one of those things where you guys were like, I'm gonna hit that beehive. So and he threw the stick and you ran. The stick didn't even get close to hitting the beehive.
It could have been.
Yeah,
That could have been.
that's probably what happened. I'm sorry to ruin your
Oh,
childhood story.
we almost died because we were in these super rutted roads out in the middle of nowhere into Yellowstone, and we were on 4-wheelers at the age of like 10 or 12 or something, and we were all going, and they were so rutted, and we didn't know how to fucking drive a vehicle that we just got like basically speed wobble and then we all like at the same time rolled on ourselves.
Oh.
I think Katie or my cousin got punctured in the stomach by the handlebar. I somehow, being a fat dumb kid, still managed to like ninja jump off and not get hurt. That was spooky.
Jay,
What?
you never went to summer camp or anything?
Fuck no! Are
No.
you kidding me? With
Well,
a bunch of
like
perverts?
I said, most Idaho people, I feel
I
like
don't think it's always.
we
is.
went camping. That was our camp. So where East Coast summer camps, I think they're closer to the camps that are always portrayed on TV or movies, where they're actually sent away for most of the summer. So, which, you got the idea of cabins, camp counselors, swimming and canoeing in the lake, hiking, ghost stories around the campfire, that whole image of, and I really do think that was more East Coast summer camps, which I know we have summer camps here, but it's like, ship your children away.
Since you mentioned religious camps,
Bang and peace.
I just realized I
Yeah.
have apparently repressed. I went to 2 like week-long religious camps when I was young, and I totally did not remember that now.
Probably because you were surrounded by a bunch of fucking perverts.
Was it like a Pray the Gay Away camp?
No, it was like
Is it in Coeur d'Alene Lake?
don't know. It had a big slide,
Oh,
like
that's
one of those
fun.
giant ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway.
the cool ones.
I don't know.
So some of the TV shows I think of is Salute Your Shorts,
Yes.
Wet Hot American Summer, Parent Trap,
Yes.
Bug Juice, Heavyweights, and even Adam's Family Values has a very memorable scene in it where they go to camp and it's all in there. So
That's when Wednesday's got that all black swimming suit or some shit like
yeah,
that.
from like the 1920s, and the other girls have like the 80s red swimsuits, babe suit,
bathing suit.
Baywatch?
tits
Is
and
that-
babe watch. Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
They were children, Annie. See what I mean about these summer camps and being full of perverts?
Kids should be
I was
locked
talking
in
about the
basement.
TV show. I wasn't talking about the kids being.
I agree with you, Jay. We should just lock all the kids in the basement all summer and throw Bibles at them.
Don't have them.
Or
And of course, summer camp is a favorite setting for horror movies. And we're going to talk about 2 of my favorite ones today.
I want to bring up one as well, but we
Yeah.
can do that whenever you want.
Totes, yep. So, another name for summer camp is Sleepaway Camp.
Weird.
Which is the name of the horror movie I'm going to talk about. And again, this is one of my favorite horror movies. It's cheesy, it's awful, it's 1980s slasher film.
Go
So-
look up the trailer right now because the trailer is actually
ridiculous.
good. I love it. It's got that. We have that friend Eric who does the
Yes.
horror movie marathon in October, and it's and he posts a bunch of old trailers on it from like the 70s and 80s and stuff, and it felt like one of those that he would.
Yes.
I think he actually did post that one or show.
what was the name of it?
Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
And also Joe Bob Briggs does the a Last Drive-In episode on it. Watch it, it's great.
Cool.
So it is written and directed by Robert Hiltzik and was released in 1983. And so I'm going to give you, it had all the correct beats. 2 teen cousins, Angela and Ricky, go to summer camp in the heat of the summer and their hormones. Angela's deadly silent because we learn that her father and her brother were killed years earlier in a tragic boating accident, which has rendered her uneasy with people other than her cousin Ricky. Of course, a killer begins plaguing the camp in a great slasher tradition.
Oh.
Was that boating accident involving horses?
No,
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Was it involving perverts?
possibly.
Yeah, that's what I fucking
God
thought.
damn. Are you going to justify Jay's ideas here?
No,
Okay.
but this is just the classic cheesy, and it's stereotypical. It does everything it can. It's great. It's good. It's good. Anyway, one thing that's a little different about this is that it's oddly bloodless and weirdly sexless.
What?
No sex, no titties.
No titties?
Well, I mean, there's titties, but they're like all have the tight shirts on with no bra on it.
Oh, that's close
like I
enough.
said,
Pretty good.
80s. There's the 80s, typical.
What
80s.
was the rating? Was it
It was
PG-13
R.
or
It's R.
Oh,
It's
wow.
R. But don't let the lack of blood fool you, this slasher has some of the most creative murders. A killer dumping boiling water on a pot of boiling water, a giant pot, on two pervy camp cooks.
Pervy, told ya.
Stabbing counselors in the shower in true psycho style.
Okay.
And a very disturbing scene with an extremely hot curling iron.
Oh no, that's going in someone's katukas.
Oh yeah.
But
She nodded.
none of it compares to the final scene.
Okay.
So I have a quote from the article, Why the Sleepaway Camp Ending Will Still Mess With You 35 Years Later by Vinnie Mancus. It's all very rote and by the bloody books until the film's final minutes, when a last second twist, wonky special effects, and general what in the fuckness combined into one of the most endearingly disturbing images of horror movie history.
Holy shit.
Are you going to talk about how the ending is?
I'm not going to talk about the ending.
Oh.
We have to watch it.
You have to
Okay,
watch
so you're
it.
not going to spoil it.
So-
Can I tell you what my prediction is?
What?
I'm so certain
What?
that the daughter whose dad and brother died, like, killed him, and she's the actual murderer.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
Not,
I was just-
mean,
Okay, I don't know.
it's
Yeah.
not far, but
Okay.
it's not right.
So it's a
does that-
cool twist.
Yeah. So that's the thing about this ending scene. You're
What
going
a
along
twist.
and you're like, okay. And then it's like, oh shit, the movie's coming to an end. And this ending scene literally comes out of nowhere. You don't expect it. And it's like, what? And I have one more quote from it that gives a good example of it. It is from the same article. Is what makes the ending shot of Sleepaway Camp so jarring is that it's wrong. It doesn't feel right. That's not what a human being looks like. The noises coming out of Angela's unmoving mouth, those are not human noises.
Oh.
So if it wasn't for Sleepaway Camp's insane ending, one might say that it's just an annoying ripoff of another well-known summer camp slasher, Friday the 13th. So, do we want to touch back on Sleepaway Camp real quick? Do you got any more questions?
No, I need to watch it. I was supposed to watch it, and I didn't.
I
didn't
have it,
enough
so if you
time.
guys want it.
Oh, I'd love to borrow. You have the DVD or VHS
Yeah, I have the
or
DVD.
whatever?
Yeah, DVD, because I bought it a long time ago. The main thing is, like, it's just a typical slasher film. Go into camp, somebody's killing everybody. You don't know. You follow this character. You follow the cousins. But literally, that end scene is just like, whew, it blows your mind.
Can I touch on Bloody Bloody Bible Camp real quick?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot on it because was not as prepared, but it's called Bloody Bloody Bible Camp. Takes place in the 80s. It's super goofy, campy horror. Lots of blood, unnecessarily fake blood. And the movie opens up with probably my favorite line, which is Jesus probably had a big penis.
Okay.
So
okay.
if we bang a dude with a big penis, then we're still good with God.
Okay, so it's only good with God to be gay if the guy is a big dick.
Pretty much, and
Okay.
it jokes about that stuff, and it's weird. It's got Ron Jeremy in it as Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know he was Jesus. You had said
he's-
earlier he's just in it. I'm like, okay.
But
No,
yeah, Ron
no.
Jeremy's Jesus.
Well, that makes sense.
There's some good boobs in it, and it takes place in the 80s and the 70s. Super fucking. It's like Dude Bro Massacre Party 3, where it's just
Oh,
super off the wall,
yeah.
crazy goofy humor, and it's just check it out. Go
What's it
check it
called?
out. Bloody Bloody Bible Camp.
Okay, I forgot about the Bible part. That's great.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of, I don't know. It's good, and they really make fun of the stereotypes.
Huh.
Like, there's this dude that's like your typical like big bro dude. And he's doing pull-ups, and he's just like, "You're not gay. You're not gay." Every pull-up
They're
he
in
says
it's
that.
every like in those 80 ones they had the shortest shorts. They always had the cut off shirts.
They did that in
And
this
they
too. Yeah.
like, you know, the dudes are always so ripped up, like, oh, just AC Slater.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Christian Slater?
AC Slater from Saved by the Bell.
yeah.
That's Christian
I
Slater's
don't know the
older-
names of
it's,
Saved
it's,
by the Bell
It's
people.
Christian Slater's older cousin,
Nephew's cousin.
nephew's cousin, sister.
Adult cousin Slater.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just want to touch on that
No,
before you
did
got
you
into it.
tell me more about it?
So it, like I said, it opens up with just opens up with a bunch of tits and people having sex at this Bible camp, and everyone getting their throats slit and shit, and like there's some weird creepy figure that's got a cross with a giant dagger embedded in the bottom of it, and that's the figure. And it's got a stupid twist ending. It's this very Scooby-Doo ending.
Okay.
Is the best way I can describe it. It's a Scooby-Doo ending. It's like, oh, it's fucking
Sleepaway
that
Camp
person.
is not Scooby-Doo. It is
Yeah.
not.
This has a Scooby-Doo ending. It's like, oh, you're the bad one. And like I said, once again, it's got Ron Jeremy in it as Jesus. What more?
year range is this movie?
I think it's fairly recent.
Like 2000s?
I think, hold on. I could tell you in 2 seconds. It's goofy. I just want to touch on it a little bit. It's something to definitely watch when you've had one too many beers. It came out in 2012.
So this is
wow.
a newer movie trying to act like the 80s movies that are just silly, stupid, ridiculous, like what Sleepaway Camp is. They always have sex in it. They always have boobies.
Yeah.
And there's always too much blood. And that's why Sleepaway Camp was so odd, because it was lacking blood and boobs and sex.
Yeah, and there's a lot of all of that in this. Just everyone's banging. There's a part where, this is probably giving a little too much away, where it's just this, some guy's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking bang this chick, and she's bent over, and she's like, do me here now. And it's very like, just goofy, and he comes in his pants, and then he like walks away. He's like, just stay right there, I'll be fine. And he goes and he starts jerking off, trying to get back up again, and then he masturbates to completion.
That's crazy.
And then finally gets it up and goes over there, and he's like banging this corpse, and her head falls off. And he keeps banging her, screaming. And
does he know it was a corpse?
well, once her head fell off, yeah.
Oh,
'cause
But he
just-
kept going.
He just kept going. And he's like screaming. He's like, ah! But,
Oh, no.
yeah, pretty much.
What am I doing?
He's like, oh, I can't stop. It's got a 4.8 on IMDb, and it says, backsliding Christians return to the place where 7 years earlier a crazy nun made campers pay for their sins with blood.
Fuck yeah.
Anyways, check it out. It's super stupid,
Cool.
and it's got a twist Scooby-Doo ending is the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
And the gothic girl, and it's pretty
It
hot.
turns out Ron Jeremy was Jesus the whole time.
Well, yeah,
That's
that's a big dick.
literally
That's
the best
the
part.
twist.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, Ron Jeremy has the weirdest voice for the man who looks like that. You'd think he would sound like this, but no, he doesn't.
That's
Me, Mario.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm done. That's my... Go watch Bloody Bloody Bible Camp.
Jesus Christ. Ron Jeremy is the Mario of porn. He looks like him.
He is.
Wow.
He is. He's a plumber.
And he lays pipe.
But who's his Luigi?
Huh?
Ooh, I don't know.
Sasha Grey.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
We don't either.
Nope, never heard of her.
You both do. Do you?
literally no idea what he's
You
talking
don't?
about.
Are you sure?
No, I am
Like, these two
100%.
fuckers do.
We
and
have
I
no
know
idea.
Exactly.
No idea.
Fucks. Anyway.
She's an actress now, actually. She
Oh,
quit
is she
porn.
an
Yeah, no,
actress?
she made like a
Oh,
really
actually.
legitimate.
Hold
She
on.
did she's like the
And it
most.
flopped.
No,
on.
she does great.
Hold on.
She was like, yeah, I was a porn star. I don't care. But also now I'm just a straight up actress.
What was her last name?
Grey?
Gray.
What was her last
Like
name?
Christian Grey.
Who's that?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that a porn star?
Must be Gray.
I think so. I don't know. I've never really heard of her. I've heard of her on the internet, but I've never really...
Cayman was telling me about her earlier.
Yeah.
Is this her?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Let's see.
Okay, you have to.
It's not gonna offend me if you see.
No, there's no titties. There's no anything.
Oh.
She's in
What's
clothes.
But yeah,
That
she's
one.
a legit actress now.
She looks like it. Okay, so
She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
that's it. So is
Self-empowered.
Ron Jeremy.
Great
Anyway.
to Pizza Boys.
So Friday the 13th.
Did you see that one time her toilet broke?
let's
She had to
move
go
back
porn?
in-
These are the
her.
ones you watch, right?
Let's move away from the porno. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
God damn it, Jay.
yeah.
Never seen that.
Let's move away from the porn. Let's go back to horror films because it's
Okay.
my episode. So
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
She won 15 awards, by the way, in her work.
Holy shit.
That was one of her
Conquering
movies.
awards or what?
She was the female performer of the year in 2008.
Good for her.
Me too.
Professional.
Awesome. Okay, so
Sorry.
Friday the 13th is a 1980 slasher film produced and directed by Sean S. Cunningham.
Fuck, I was not in incognito mode. Now I got fucking
Ah,
porn
that's
searches
funny.
on
Yeah,
my fucking
yeah.
Google. God damn it.
And it was written by Victor Miller.
Okay.
Crystal Lake's history of murder doesn't deter counselors from settling up a summer camp in the woodsy area. Superstitious locals warn against it, but the fresh-faced young people, Jack, Alice, Bill, Marcy, and Ned, pay little heed to the old-timers. They then find themselves stalked by a brutal killer.
What are they doing? I'm sorry.
Beautiful.
I forgot.
I don't care. And sorry, let me finish the thing real quick. As they are slashed, shot, and stabbed, the counselors struggle to stay alive against the merciless opponent. What did you ask me?
What the kids were doing that the grandparents were like, don't do that.
They are summer camp counselors, and they wanted to set up a summer camp in the woodsy area.
Oh,
and the
okay,
old timers were like, don't. It is haunted.
They actually say like that. They're like, don't. It is haunted. Like that.
So we all know Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Hell
good.
yeah. That's
Okay,
a
good.
classic.
Oh, we're talking about Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know which one that is? Or are you thinking
No, I do.
He's still
Nightmare on Elm
He's
Street?
in the.
He's
in
still
the lake.
He's
stuck
still
on
thinking about
Sasha.
porn.
He's still on
getting,
Sasha
like,
Grey.
dick
Yeah.
getting
He's the one who
pounded.
fucking.
I've never watched porn in my life.
Yes, I know. He comes out of the lake. He's got the
Okay,
machete.
so yes, the franchise mainly focuses on the fictional character Jason Voorhees, who drowned as a boy at Camp Crystal Lake due to the negligence of camp staff. Decades later, the lake is rumored to be cursed, and it is the setting for many of a series of mass murders. Jason is featured in all the films as either the killer or the motivation for the killings.
Wasn't he drowning and they're banging or making out super heavy?
Yeah, negligence.
Sorry.
This film
Said
teaches
this
you if you have sex, if you do drugs, if you go out in the party and have out in the woods and have too good a time, someone's gonna fucking murder you.
Which is,
Worth it.
Yeah, honestly.
Or you could be Barb, like in Stranger Things, and just be a friend of the people doing it. And you're still gonna get.
That's a spoiler.
Don't have friends. Don't go outside. Don't do fun stuff.
Don't be named Barb. And
What about Barb?
thanks to true horror fans and the movie Scream, you will be quickly corrected that Jason Voorhees is not the killer in the first film. His mother is.
Yep. Well, that's the big spoiler at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Spoiled.
Guys, that movie.
Like I said, it.
Yeah.
How would I know that? I haven't even seen the movie yet. Came. Thanks for spoiling a 30-year-old movie.
It's older than that, I think. I think
Cayman.
it's 40
It's
years old.
It's a hockey mask.
It's in the 80s. It's
so
80,
30s.
80 or 81. It's
So
both-
70s.
So under the hockey mask, it was Ron Jeremy the whole
It's another
time.
hockey
it probably
mask.
was. It looks about like him
Oh shit!
It's just hockey
every
masks all the way
time.
down.
Every time.
I would love to see Peter Mayhew, rest in peace, in that role.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Does his penis out?
because he's a big dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he was like 6'8" or some shit like that.
So here's the thing. Real quick, let's say two more lines and I want to talk about Jason
Okay.
Voorhees a little bit more.
Okay.
The entire franchise consists of 12 slasher films, a television show, novels, graphic books, video games, and tie-in merchandise. The original film was created to cash in on the success of the 1978 Halloween, which is Michael Myers. So, I'm not going to go into detail about the movie or any of it because you should all know who Jason fucking Voorhees is. But I want to save it to be a full episode to be released on Friday the 13th. So, I've always been more of a Jason Voorhees fan than I am Michael Myers.
Yeah, Michael Myers sucks.
Fucking striped shirts. Who,
Michael Myers is awesome. He's just as bad. It's the same huge, big, scary dude.
He got too much glue on his hands and puts his hands in the knife
I-
drawer.
The only thing that I love is Jason can't be killed. He just keeps coming back.
Well, the
Keeps
thing I
coming
like
back.
about Jason versus Michael is Jason is. Did you ever watch the movie? Oh fuck, what's that movie? Movie where you bang in that fucking creature. It Follows. Did you ever see that? Jason's kind of like that idea of It Follows, where it's
Yep.
like you can never
But
escape
so
it.
is Michael Myers. You can never
'Cause he's in your
escape him. He's
dreams,
always
that's-
walking.
Yeah,
That
that's
is Freddy.
That's
So,
what I said.
Yeah.
I also really like the side arc of Jason when he forgets who he is, and he goes on like a rampage and kills a bunch of USA agents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking of What's the goddamn Keanu Reeves movie?
Jason Bourne.
No.
Oh, John
I was
Wick.
talking
Yeah,
about
you're thinking of
Jason.
John
I was
Wick.
thinking about Jason
Oh, okay.
Bourne. I was
Yeah.
making a Jason Bourne joke.
It's like
But-
John Wick or Jason Bourne.
So you're more of a Jason fan.
I'm a Voorhees fan.
Yeah, like I love the
I
Jason
love-
franchise more so.
I love Halloween, but I am a Voorhees fan for sure.
Halloween did give us the best lady on the planet.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love her.
she's great. She is.
Activia.
Yeah, get yogurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does Activia. Do you have gut problems when you're running from a
You ever want to
bloodthirsty
shit,
murderer?
but you also want to eat yogurt?
And her big old boobs are in your face, and you're like, yeah.
Also, check out A Fish Called Wanda with her in it.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about porn again.
No.
We never. did
I've
that.
never
Oh, we
watched
never talked about that.
porn
I don't even know.
ever.
Anyway, but I would like to
I
do
don't
that
even know what it is.
because there is so much more.
Google
There
it.
is actually like a Jason versus Freddy movie,
Huh.
and which is the one you were talking about. That's Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. That's
Right.
in your dreams. You can't get away from it.
Right. I
Johnny
don't know.
Depp's first movie.
It is. Oh, and this, by the way, the very first Friday the 13th had Mr. Kevin Bacon in it. Oh,
Look at that.
So
Bevan
the whole
Kagan.
point of being an actor is, I think you had to have to do the shitty horror film first to get known, and then boop.
Yeah.
Can you think of any actors who have done that?
Well, Johnny Depp, Kevin Bacon.
I mean, recently,
you can. Let's see.
besides the Stranger Things kids, because they're blowing up right now.
Well, so the girl.
Jordan Peele did it as a director.
Yeah.
But he was known for Key and Peele and Mad TV first.
I guess that's true. He was super famous.
Yeah, not super famous.
Well,
but,
but I mean, for movies at least. I don't
yeah,
know.
But like Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun.
that's true.
Oh.
And God, that movie's so fun. Garbage.
It's horrible.
I love it.
There. I mean,
What's
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
What's the kid in Sixth Sense?
Haley Joe Osment?
Was he in? He was in
Who
stuff
we
before
love.
that. Or
But Toni Collette was the mom that's in it and has been in Hereditary.
yeah.
Anything since. Like Toni Collette's amazing. So it's like horror movies kind of give people their like.
Their kickoff.
It's either their kickoff or their like downfall.
Like the Human Centipede people. Yeah.
We've never heard from since.
Yeah, we should make a horror
Justin
movie.
Long in Tusk.
Oh, well, he was famous before that.
Yeah, but that is such a good fucking horror film movie. That's like, it's awful gross.
Huh.
But-
I need to watch that.
Yeah,
I've never wanted.
it's awful gross and it's so good, and you're just like, you are horrified. So anyway, on to the true stories.
I had a quick one more movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't Holes basically kind of a summer camp? Just shit work summer camp.
Well, you're just like connecting like heavyweights and Shia LaBeouf together, right?
Yeah.
No, Holes. They were at like a
Shia
camp.
LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Didn't they do it up here at the Snake?
I don't know.
Didn't they do it up here in the?
But Holes was like a camp. It was a camp show where they had to go to a camp, and it was just, it
Dig
wasn't
holes.
just fun. It wasn't
Yeah.
a fun summer
Wasn't
camp.
that like prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a
And they
summer
had
camp.
orange jumpsuits
Yeah,
on.
the Onions.
Yeah, let's go with it. Shia LaBeouf. That's all I know.
Or juvie? Or
The movie was good as
Are
fuck.
those
That was a
fucking
really good
idiots?
movie.
Yeah.
not very good security though.
Apparently not.
Shit. I looked up a list. There's a bunch of actors that got their start on fucking horror movies.
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
Or Zellweger.
What was hers?
It was including Matthew McConaughey. He was the bad guy in it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. That's where they got their start.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, just a bunch of fucking people. I had no idea. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah, I forgot about her.
I know what you did last summer.
Yep,
Yeah.
and Freddie Prinze and all the. Sorry.
And fucking Jennifer Love huge tits.
Yeah. I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
No.
Oh,
Oh man.
crazy. Okay, so
Sorry, one last one. Jim
Oh, no.
Carrey too.
what was his?
For movies, it was Once Bitten.
Once.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a funny one? Yes, that would make sense.
Yeah, a comedy horror fantasy film, which is
Oh, wow.
name my sex
I think I
tape.
watched that. Of course, stories of crazed maniacs brutally slashing people, not to mention children, is enough. Even though they are teenagers, is horrifying. You like that? Sorry, I added that.
Teenagers are shitty.
Yeah,
sometimes.
teenagers. I'm like, fuck you. I just don't understand teenagers, so I'm too far removed now that I'm like, I don't like
Well, they're
you.
just like universally awful.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were all awful.
I was. I'm not gonna deny it.
Especially
but
Jay.
Jay.
Yeah.
Jay.
You guys can't prove that. See
So
you fuckers in court.
I'm not gonna sue you over being a teenager.
Well, because when you're a teenager, you have two goals, and that's to bang something and to have fun, and that's it.
yeah.
How you get there does not matter.
Well, and you're so misunderstood.
Because you want to bang something and have fun.
But like, I don't know. You keep those things in mind, and you're like, I can talk to a teenager. When you do, and they're like, yeah. And you're
Minecraft's
like,
pretty
God,
cool.
I fucking hate you.
I
You know,
know,
like
yeah.
that's the only response I have is like, God, I fucking hate kids.
I would rather be talking to a tree than talking to you right now.
Yeah, and then it's like, I know what you're going through, but I fucking hate you.
God, we sound shitty.
It's the truth. You can ask anybody, any parents of teenagers, and they'll be like, yes.
I know.
So, unfortunately, there are true stories of summer camp murders. The Oklahoma Girl Scout murders is an unsolved murder case that occurred on the morning of June 13th, 1977 at Camp Scott in Maines County, Oklahoma, United States.
Isn't that today's date?
June 13th, 1977?
It's July 13th. Sorry.
Well, I mean, if I'm in Oklahoma, I'm like, kill me. Am I right?
I don't feel right about
Why you
that,
gotta throw
but you
shade
can
at
say
Oklahoma?
that. You can say that.
Have you seen Oklahoma?
No, actually, but I'm.
Yeah.
Place
Go-
sucks too.
Go look at some dirt. You've seen all of Oklahoma.
Cool.
It's
Okay.
true.
Jesus. Okay, so the crazy thing is that what led up to these murders is almost what resembles the storyline of a slasher film. Less than 2 months before the murders, during an on-site training session, a camp counselor discovered that her belongings had been ransacked and her donuts had been stolen.
Her
Oh,
donuts.
shit.
Oh, her fucking donuts had been stolen.
The audacity
She
of these
hid those
fucking
under
people.
the bunk just like donkey lips. So, and you assholes don't know what I'm talking about,
I
except for
don't
this
know.
one. Anyway,
That's
In-
Pete and Pete, right?
no, that's Salute You Shorts.
Salute your shorts. God damn it.
Bud Nicks,
Yeah.
donkey lips. Anyway,
Yeah.
inside the empty donut box was a disturbing handwritten note. The writer of the note vowed to murder 3 campers. The director of the camps treated the note as a prank and was disregarded. At around 7 p.m. on Sunday, June 12th, 1977, the night before the camp started, a thunderstorm hits the area, and the girls huddled in their tents. This is Girl Scouts. Remember that.
Can you imagine the audacity of someone stealing your donuts and then fucking killing 3 people?
Right?
Jesus Christ. I can handle the killing. But my
The
donuts?
That's
So
a
you
sick
have somebody
move.
stealing donuts. You have a murdery note saying, "I will kill these people."
And they used Comic Sans.
Yeah, exactly. And someone totally pissed because their donuts are stolen. And the camp
Yeah.
counselor's like, "Nah, I gotta fuck my dude. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And
Phil and Slick catching
fucking
dick.
thunderstorm. Come on now.
I love thunderstorms.
Around 6 a.m. on June 13th, a camp counselor was on her way to the showers, of course, and found a girl's body in her sleeping bag in the forest.
Holy shit.
Whoa. So whoever did it probably drug the sleeping bag out. Okay.
It was soon discovered that all 3 girls in the tent 8 had been killed.
And you know, on her way to the showers, if they showed this in the movie, she'd be
She had
in
no
its-
bra on, the skimpiest shorts you can find, and she's
Yeah.
like,
And she's skipping.
Yeah.
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 Lots of jiggling.
Jean Leroy Hart had been at large since 1973 after escaping the Mayors County Jail. He had been convicted of kidnapping, raping 2 pregnant women, as well as 4 counts of first-degree burglary.
And
Hart
donut
was
theft.
raised about a mile from Camp Scout, which is where it happened.
Wow.
He was arrested within a year and was tried in March 1979. Although the local sheriff pronounced himself 1,000% certain that Hart was guilty, a local jury acquitted him.
Are you fucking serious?
Nope.
Wow.
That's a horror franchise just waiting.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
So on June 4th, 1979, he collapsed and died about an hour, after about an hour of weightlifting and jogging in prison exercise yard. So he didn't so he got himself back in trouble and obviously went to jail, but he didn't even get in trouble the first time.
He worked out to death.
It's all
Yeah.
those
Just
donuts.
overexerted. Wow. That's true.
Unfortunately, to this day, those little girls' murders are still unsolved.
Jesus.
But technically, right? Unsolved. I mean,
Unsolved, but they can't They done DNA testing,
But
but they
1,000%
can't
is 10 times 100%
pinpoint
sure.
anyone. Right, exactly. So
Jesus.
they haven't been able to pinpoint anyone. The families have started like funds and everything towards, they've done what they can as victims, family member victims or
Yeah.
whatever.
But did they figure out who stole the donuts?
It was probably the same guy who left
think
the note and
so?
killed him. I think probably.
Left
You could
unsolved.
probably roll that into
How
one
crazy
case.
though would it be if those were two like separate things?
Somebody was punking her,
Just a
but then also
crazy
some dude just
coincidence.
shows up. He's like, "Oh, I'll kill some kids."
Stole my donuts.
What if
Fucking shame.
she ate all of her own donuts, left the note, and she did it?
She was like, Sissy, shut up.
Susie,
Anyway, I don't know. I just
you stupid bitch,
You're
Susie.
a batch, Nancy. Nancy's
Hey,
not. I love Nancy.
Nancy's a good. Well,
I know.
technically she is a bitch.
So to cover up being a fucking pig, she murdered 3 people.
No,
Sounds
it's like
like
all
Nancy.
it's all planned. It was all just part of it.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
shit. I'm a
Anyway,
popular
so
dude.
another true story, which I'm just going to briefly glaze over,
I like
is
donuts.
oh my god, old fashioned glazed donuts.
Wow.
Every time I go to the grocery store and I see those, and I'm like, meh. Anyway, 2011 Norway attacks, referred to in Norway as 22nd of July or as 22/7/7 or 2.
I like that. /7.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
And he's getting them
No,
getting
I
the
know,
movie
but-
titles.
So
in
it's the
work.
date that I'm not doing it. Jay certainly isn't doing
That's
it.
Jason's theme music. Anyway,
Oh yeah. Nice.
this was 2 sequential lone wolf domestic terrorist attacks by Andre Bering. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Andre Bering Bravik.
Brewing Brevik.
I didn't say his. Anders Bering Bravik. Okay, so maybe my gin's hitting me. Whatever.
Anders Bering
Breivik?
Breivik.
Bravik against the government.
It's Bering though.
So
I
this
know
is
that.
2011. This
Okay.
dude decided to do terrorist attacks against the government, and
Fuck the
he what he did. Oh, I didn't put enough information in.
Did you lose all your info?
Were you
Shit. Okay,
karate
so what
chopping
he
the
did,
delete button like you were
yeah,
karate chopping
I thought
the
I had
table?
all the information here, and I do not have it. So what he did was first he set off a bomb in town, and I think that was where the 77 people were killed, and then
Jesus Christ.
he went out to this this island where they have summer camp for kids, and he just opened fired on them.
Holy fuck.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Do you know how
And
many
this
kids
was-
died?
I could find it. You can just do Norway summer camp attacks,
Okay.
and but he just opened fired on all
So
the kids at summer camp.
We can safely say he probably wasn't a pro-lifer.
But it was all
Christ.
about like being a domestic terrorist and going against what the government wanted. And it
Oh,
was
sorry. So
to-
he was a pro-lifer.
probably.
Up top.
I'm not.
Oh.
Up top. Chad,
Nope.
up top.
But it's a crazy
Oh,
story
yeah,
because
Chad.
it's like here,
High
here,
five. Nice,
2011. He might not have stalked and killed everybody, but I mean, like, I guess that's how it. I don't know.
Okay, so reading the wiki shit on it, the camp, he dressed in a homemade police uniform, showed false identification, and they took a ferry to the island, and he opened fire at participants, killing 69 and
Holy
injuring at
fuck.
least 110, 55 of them seriously.
That means he killed like 168 people.
Yeah,
Or something.
209
That's-
people, I think,
That's
is.
what I said, yeah.
Well,
Some
and then
shit.
he had done the bomb earlier that day.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bomb,
wow.
the explosion killed 8, but injured 209.
Gee, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Was it just like on a street or town square or something?
Where was it?
It was next to the, I can't say the word because it's a Norwegian
Swedish
word.
fish.
It's
Oh,
like
it's Norwegian.
Rigen Hjørgenskirkerdlat.
Uh-huh.
The
yeah,
executive
I've been there.
government quarter of Norway.
Right, Chad?
And it was
No,
placed
I don't know
inside
if
a
you have.
bomb.
No.
It's very
Yeah,
like,
I've
who's the guy
Yeah.
who did the Oklahoma bombing?
Unabomber?
V.
The
KV.
Yeah.
The Unabomber? Is that what you guys are talking about?
No, Oklahoma bombing.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, he bombed a
idiot.
lot of things.
It sounds a lot like that though. The guy had the bomb in the van and shit.
Oh, God, yeah. Who was that guy?
KV. What is it?
I can't remember now either.
Anyways, this is insane.
Anyway, so it's a really sad story because it's like here we are in 2011. Nobody's just like going away stabbing, and maybe that's the thing is like people aren't stabbing people anymore. We're just straight up shooting people,
Well,
like
that's-
massacres.
Isn't that kind of the theory that serial killers are less since pretty much the last 20 years, but more just spree kill? Just go out there and then die.
Yeah. Timothy McVeigh.
There we go.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Okay.
But
yeah.
well, that's like because that's more like it's less like slasher horror, but that's just straight up like
Well, that's scarier.
Yeah.
It's terrorism.
yeah.
You know, and in Norway of all places, like
Right.
you never hear shit about like that happening in like
Ooh.
Norway or Sweden.
I know it's a dumb stereotype, but I wonder if he was like a metalhead, like crazy black metal.
Maybe.
They burn churches, which
Yeah.
is cool if no one's in them.
yeah.
But that was my summer camp episode. I definitely want
Cool.
to do cabin episodes because we were going to talk about one, but I was like, it's very different. It's not summer camp related. I didn't feel.
We should do a cabin movies with that, like Cabin in the Woods. And
Yeah.
we could bring back the
Definitely.
Evil Dead
Yeah.
and there's a whole bunch.
I'm totally down with that.
The one with the fucking weird worm things that crawl into people. Slither, is it that one? Or
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? We
Yeah,
could do a
that's Slither.
whole.
We could talk about the movie Teeth.
Oh,
Would Dreamcatcher count? What's that called? Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher could
They were
count.
in a cabin for a lot
Yeah,
of it.
that's Dean Koontz. Yeah.
oh, Ding
I thought
Coots.
this-
Huh?
Dreamcatcher? I
Yeah.
thought it was Dean Koontz.
I don't know. I'm a fucking
Maybe
idiot.
it is.
So.
No, maybe it is. Because
Probably
Thunder is Stephen King.
Oh,
No, Dreamcatcher is Stephen King.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway,
But
that's
yeah,
my
cool.
story for the summer
Don't go
camp
outside.
pod.
Don't have fun. Don't
Yeah,
fuck people. Don't
fucking
leave your house.
Smoke marijuana.
Well,
Damn it, Chad, you're dead. Don't drink. Oh,
you're all dead.
I
You're
can't
dead.
die though.
don't skin people. You're dead.
That was never on the list.
It is now.
It is now.
We're all dead.
Wait, what are you dying from?
Drinking,
Oh,
obviously.
shoot. I'm gonna die from walking skimpily to the shower in my tight braless
little
shirt.
And your little shorty shirt.
Yeah. I sure hope no one doesn't
Or
stab
are you
me right
dying
now.
from being the pervy cook?
Oh, I came in the muffins. It's my gravy on those biscuits.
Cayman's breasts bouncing around.
Oh,
as he-
my jiggly man.
So we have normal Cayman, and then we have shitty Cayman that you do for our videos, and now you have sexy Cayman, sexy
Oh.
lady Cayman.
Hey,
I like this.
you like muffins? I can't. Thank you for listening to another episode of Halfway to Thundertown. My name's Cayman. Things I like
Everyone already knows, but go on.
to fuck with. Music, you know the bands. Check out Kevin on Bandcamp. Also, another band you should check out on Bandcamp. It's a good buddy of mine. You've heard him on the podcast before. His name's Jordan. He's got a little band that he's doing right now. That's some good, fun stuff. They're called Struggle Club.
Kate's in it.
Kate's in it. They're great. Go check them out. So they're also on Bandcamp. It's
Cool.
like / Struggle Club or something like that. So find them. Other things I fuck with, check out my buddy Kyle on Instagram. Please, he's doing such good shit. I promise. Go follow him. He's
Send
really
him
good.
a message.
Yeah. Send a message. Say, hey, Cayman sent you. And he says, you're a good dude. You're a good dad. I like your mustache.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a good dad mustache. Other things I fuck with, check out Behind the Bastards. They're a really good podcast. I think they're on iHeartRadio. Well, that's their company. And I think that's everything I got.
Okay. I fuck with Instagram. You can find us there on Halfway to Thundertown Podcast. I highly recommend watching Sleepaway Camp if you like old, stupid, cheesy horror 80 films. It's a good one because of the ending. So,
Oh, before
Chad fucks up everyone drink.
I was doing that on purpose. I fuck before I say the network stuff. I really fuck with Project Blue Book. It's a show on History Channel, but it's very good. It's about J. Allen Hynek and Project Blue Book looking the U.S. Navy or Air Force looking for aliens from the 40s or the 60s and all the crazy shit, cover-ups, conspiracy-ish, and
and Bob Lazar.
and Bob Lazar movie, as well as the Joe Rogan episode of Bob Lazar. That was also really good. Bulbasaur's cool too. I fuck with I fuck with Drunken Arcanauts. It's our D&D show. Our friend Clancy's a DM. Me, Cayman, Andy, and our other friend Risky play on it. It's a lot of fun. It seriously, truly only gets better every episode we do. Mm-hmm. I would say. Stories get crazy. We blow up a whole plane of existence. We die left and right. Even if you don't know anything about D&D, it's still entertaining and fun.
If you don't know, you're right there with me and I'm playing, so it's fine.
Get through the first few chapters. Also, Help Desk Nightmares. I don't know. Help Desk Nightmares, they live in some place. It's uncertain, actually. I don't know if they know where
That's
they live.
That's a drink.
And they are in the IT tech support field, and they talk about all the dumb people they have to deal with and their problems, how they have to fix things. They also do cool trivia, and they read even dumber ideas from the internet about how laptop batteries work and fucking who knows what.
Oh, thank you. That's it?
Help
You
Desk
done?
Nightmares, yeah.
Okay. They're from Chicago, by the way.
Oh my gosh. What was I saying? I was saying Detroit and Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're actually from both.
Wow, that's crazy.
There's actually a city that's right in between
Mm-hmm.
directly. It's half Detroit, half Chicago.
I believe you fully.
It's for Chicago. So go check out all the shows on the Halfway Network. You can find them at halfwaynetwork.com. Did you also know if you went to halfwaynetwork.com, you can watch the live feed of all the shows? Just so you know, it's something you can do. And there's even a calendar that probably needs updated since we changed when we live stream.
March was the last time I updated it.
Yeah,
I forgot that we had that on there.
it needs a good old updating, but that's okay. So yeah, go watch us live on the weekends and stuff. Also, go rate and review us on whatever podcasting app you listen to, preferably iTunes if you can. Give us those 5 stars if you like us. If you don't like us, go find a different fucking podcast. Yep. So on the next episode of Halfway to Thundertown, Ron Jeremy was Jesus the whole time, guys.
Oh, like in real life?
Yes, the whole time.
Jesus did have a big dick.
Holy fuck.
That means I can bang big dudes with dicks and not cheating on Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Yo, Jay, look out, man.